Oh, yes, I see now the problem. Stand by, everyone. That is an awful lot better for you, isn't it? I'm very sorry about that. I've muted the desktop audio now, so you're only getting the feed from my trusty microphone, which is here. So, hello. In case you didn't hear any of that earlier on, good evening. Welcome to a test of my live stream. I'm Gareth Jones. You probably know that already. I hope you do. I'm just doing an exercise here because I know everybody's at home, and I thought some of you might care for a bit of company during this coronavirus outbreak. And so I'll say hello to all the people who said hello earlier on. Nigel Adams, hello Bonnie lad. Paul Smith, alias Smith, and Jones. Right, that. The foot of our stairs. I go to the foot of our stairs. I'm there now. Monkey. Hello, Monkey. Steph Walton. Hello, Steph. No echoes now. Yuri Helsing says, how? How? Who else have we got there? That's it at the moment, I think. BA55 BAR. I wonder who that is. Hello. Yeah, good. I'm very pleased that I've managed to, or thanks to your advice, and I've managed to kill the feedback, is what it was, a form of delayed feedback and repetition. Anyway, the point I was trying to make was that I like to go out usually on a Friday or a Saturday night, and often when I go out I bump into people who say, oh, you're the bloke off the telly, and they have all sorts of questions which I'm always happy to answer, but being as none of us can go to the pub anymore, I thought I would do a sort of virtual pub thing, maybe on Saturday night. Watch my Twitter stream, by the way, if you want to know more about that. You know me on Twitter, Gareth Jones TV, or my official Facebook page, which is Gareth Jones Gareth Jones open inverted commas, Gareth Top close inverted commas. You'll find me, and there'll be announcements on there if I'm going to do this. Hello to the Vinyl Vault show, by the way. Evening, Mr. Top. That's Mr. Jones to you. Yes, I'm very well, thank you. I am well. I wasn't well. I was poorly. I was ill for about 11 days, I think. I was ill for about 4 or 5 days, 5 days, then snapped out of it, felt great for a day, and then, published my episode of Gareth Jones on speed, and then suddenly at about 6 o'clock in the evening had the most horrible shivers, and went back to bed for another 6 days or something. So whether I had COVID-19, I think that's the right way to say it. You don't have coronavirus, do you? COVID-19 is the illness that you get from coronavirus, I think. So whether I actually had that, I don't know, or whether I had flu, or I had flu followed by COVID-19, or I had COVID-19 followed by flu, I don't know. And no one will know until they're tested, and no one will have that test until the government make a test available which tells you whether you've had it or not, which may or may not happen. More people joining. Robert Jennings, hello Robert. And Nigel Adams is back, hello. I thank you for joining me, by the way, everybody. I am really chuffed that you consider that that's a good idea, a good thing to do, to join me for this test. And if you want to spread the word when I do go live properly, then please feel free to do that, and I will answer any questions within reason. You're the one most people ask. I can't actually tell you that on a public space, but the second most popular question I get asked when I'm out and about is, did you ever sleep with Carol Vorderman? No, I didn't. We worked together. But I did sleep with Fred Dinage. Really? No. I really did. Because when we used to do How was in a white studio, bleached out white studio, lots of bright light, and it was exhausting being in there all day. You came out like a mole, your eyes were like this. But in order to do some items on How, we needed darkness. If we're doing stuff with sort of smoke, you'd often have a little, we'd have a black area in the corner of the studio. And so that meant all the lights would go down in the studio, and we'd light the little black area. So when Carol or Gail or Sean or the other Gail were doing an item and Fred and I weren't, we'd get like 40 minutes off. So what we would do is climb underneath the How table, you know, that desk that we all sat around, and we had a couple of pillows in there and a blanket, and Fred and I would lie down on the pillows, pull the blanket over us, get about instant 20 minutes sleep. Fred is a brilliant cat napper like me. I could fall asleep at the drop of a hat. That was a skill I learned when I was a roadie a long time ago, and it stayed with me. And so, yeah, I never slept with Carol, but I did sleep with Fred. Absolutely true. And he'll tell you the same thing as well. Right, messages. What we got? Oh, yeah. Yeah, you really want to know the most asked question now? Well, I'm not going to tell you. Well, not right now, anyway. But I might tell you the answer to that when I do go live properly, when there's a large audience and I've promoted this properly and I've debugged the system, because this is just a test to work out the technology that I've got in my living room. So yes, welcome to my living room. Can you hear the heater in the background, the essential heating? What's that, A sharp? Let me get a guitar, let's find out what that is. Hang on, stay there a moment. What note is that? Oh, it wasn't A sharp. G. It's G. Slightly out of tune. My central heating system plays in G. How about that? By the way, alarm fans, you can't see this. This guitar, it's a little bit famous. It's an Ibanez, which used to belong to the alarm, and now belongs to me. And in fact, if you look on YouTube, you'll find a clip of the alarm doing Where Were You Hiding When the Storm Broke, live on Top of the Pops, well, lip-syncing live in about 1983, was it? And this is the guitar that Mike's using, and I think it's actually possibly the guitar in the video for Where Were You Hiding as well. I can't quite remember if it's that one, so can only play alarm songs on this. Anyway, I'm sure you haven't come to this to hear me bashing around on the guitar. Never a terribly good guitarist, although I did get to play in the alarm several times recently. On the Sigma tour in America, when I was out there with them as their MC and podcaster, I was invited up on stage to play guitar and bass on a couple of occasions, which was a huge privilege and a huge treat. But nothing like the massive treat of being able to play the bass on 68 guns for them at the gathering this year, which was a massive treat. Thank you very much for that, Mike Peters. Shall I tell you the story? I've been up in North Wales doing an event, it's a computer technology event in Venue Cymru, actually, which is where the alarm gathering also happens. And I finished that and was picked up by Gwyn Davis. Hello, Gwyn, if you're watching. And taken to the alarm rehearsals for what I thought would be rehearsals for the Hurricane of Change, where I was playing a dramatic role in that, you know, playing some acting, playing some dramatic parts. And I turned up, and the band was just finishing, taking a break in rehearsals, and within a second of me walking in, James Stevenson, the guitarist in the alarm, looks at me and said, "Hello, Gaz, would you like to play the bass on 68 Guns?" That's exactly how he said it. I said, yeah. He said, right, it's Mike's idea. Step up here, you know how to play it, don't you? And gave me the bass. And I had to explain that the last time I played 68 Guns, played the bass on 68 Guns with the alarm, was at a club in Ibiza with Mike Peters in 1984, I think it was. I never played it with him since, but what a treat to get to do that. And yeah, we had a block through, a rehearsal. We had another one just before, or just after the sound check, a few days later, and then did it on stage, and my heart was in my mouth. I was genuinely nervous because 68 Guns is the alarm's signature tune, and you've got to get that right. And I hope I did. Right, messages, what we got? I see the messages are running a little behind time, probably because of the delay of the stream. A guitar, says the foot of our stairs. Yes. BA55 BAR says that G, that hum G is the hum of the warp core. Foot of our stairs says, I once played a guitar at a gig and Zach Dingle was in the audience. I don't think I'll ever beat that level of fame again. Zach Dingle. Forgive me, but I don't know who Zach Dingle is. But I'm going to look it up. Hang on, who's Zach Dingle? Zach Dingle sounds like a sound of someone dropping an electric triangle, doesn't it? Zach Dingle is a fictional character from a British ITV soap opera, Emmerdale. Oh, I see what you mean. I see. Played by Steve Halliwell. Zach Dingle. Never watched Emmerdale, which is ridiculous because many of the people who worked on Emmerdale actually worked on The Big Bang, because The Big Bang, the TV show I did with Violet, I did it for 6 years. Violet and I did it together for 4 years, I think. A lot of the people who worked on Emmerdale worked on The Big Bang because they were both made by Yorkshire Television in Kirkstall Road in Leeds. Although Emmerdale wasn't actually made in Kirkstall Road, that's where the production office was. Emmerdale was made on location. Big Bang, much of it was in the studio, and the rest of it was on assorted little locations. But yes, I'm getting a bit sidetracked now. But yes, Zach Dingle, I have learned something. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Nigel Adams asking, how is your son doing? Loving his music. My son is called Tycho Jones. Well, one of our sons. Violet and I have two sons, the oldest of which is called Tycho. He's 19. His music is phenomenal. If you look for his YouTube channel or his Spotify channel or his SoundCloud channel, he's down as Tycho Jones. Tycho is spelled Tycho. Tycho. He's named after a crater on the moon, which is itself named after a 16th century Danish astronomer called Tycho Brahe. And why is he called Tycho? Well, because the movie 2001, you know the monolith in 2001? This thing? That great slab of something which is discovered on the moon with all the knowledge of the universe in it, and it's according to the movie 2001, you know, apes, or they're not apes, they're proto-humans, touch this and gain knowledge. So I thought the idea of naming him after the monolith in 2001, which is actually called the Tycho monolith because that's where it's found, in the Tycho crater on the moon, the idea of bestowing him a name with all the knowledge of the universe was appropriate. But anyway, hey, that's personal stuff. You don't need to know that. Tycho's music is the important thing. Go to his YouTube channel, Tycho Jones, or his Spotify, and you will love the music he makes. He is exceptionally talented. Clearly follows his mum. Okay, Robert Jennings' question. Star Trek Picard. Thoughts? Am I enjoying it? Yes, I am absolutely enjoying it for the following reason. This is the first time since the last Next Generation movie that we've seen a version of Star Trek which looks to the future. Because if you think about it, Enterprise was a prequel. The reboots of Star Trek the Star Trek movies were set in the original series period, and Star Trek is, in its very essence, about the future. And I like the idea that Star Trek does that primarily, because that's what it's there for. You know, Star Trek is, its vision of the future is what defines it. And Picard is a series set in the future, so it gives us an answer to the question, what happened next? Not what happened before, make it up. What happened next? You know, it has an innate logic to it. And I've met Patrick Stewart a couple of times, and Jonathan Frakes, who are both remarkable, intelligent, caring, thoughtful, wonderful, fine people, brilliant actors. So it's a proper trek. I enjoy Discovery on Netflix, but not as much as I enjoy Picard, because of that reason, because Discovery is set, well, up to now has been set in the past. The next series is set 1,000 years in the future, so that may be interesting. But I particularly enjoyed the bits of Discovery, the second series, which had, of course, Spock in it, and Christopher Pike, Captain Christopher Pike, who was brilliantly played by Anson Mount. Absolutely brilliant. And I thought that Ethan Peck, grandson of Gregory Peck, did a pretty good Spock as well. Pretty good. Not as good as the Spock played by Zachary Quinto in the movies. I thought he was great. Brilliantly cast. But yeah. Love a bit of Trek. Have you noticed the similarity between Star Trek, Live Long and Prosper, and How? In fact, if you look at most of the official PR pictures of me during the How years, I'm holding my hand up. I've got my hand slightly separated like that, doing a bit of tribute to the mighty Trek. But yeah, the final episode of Picard of the first series is later this week. I'm very much looking forward to that, and I see, yes, I wouldn't mind a Captain Pike series. Someone says in the message, yeah. I would love a Pike series. That would be really good, because I think Anson Mount inhabited that character, and we care about the Enterprise, don't we? That's the thing. And I mean the original 1701 Enterprise, not A, not B, not bloody C or D or E. And I would like to see an Enterprise series with Pike. That would be beautiful. Someone pointing out that Taiko, spelled T-A-I-K-O, also means drum in Japanese. Yes, Domarigato Gozaimasu. I am aware of that. We have been for a long time. Spelled differently. But hey, same word. Nigel Adams saying he loved me playing a famous Slade song at Smiley's gig a few, when was that? 12 months ago now, 18 months ago. What was it? I can't remember how to play it now. I'm playing alarm songs. I'm trying to play a Slade song. Are you hanging up your stocking on your wall? You time that every Santa has a ball. Does he ride a red-nosed reindeer? Does it turn upon his sleigh? Do the A fairy is keeping himself. I've forgotten how to play it. I've been playing that song for 40 years. Probably time to go, isn't it? Time to go. Yeah. Listen, thank you very much indeed for sharing this, however long I've been streaming. Let me see, how long have I been streaming? 25 minutes or something. I think that's probably enough for a test for now. And why not join me for an hour? Yeah? Should do an hour of live streaming at some point? Would you like that? I hope you would. I hope you would. Thank you once again. And live long, prosper. You know, the message that most people have been giving, signing off with at the moment is stay safe. I think that's the wrong message. I think the important message now is keep the people you meet safe. And the best way to do that is not to meet people other than do it virtually. If you do meet people, maintain a distance. So that's it. That's my message. Don't tell people to stay safe. Tell them to keep the people around them safe. I hope you enjoyed this. I was Gareth Jones, and that was Gareth Jones live for now, as I try and work out how to end the stream. See you.